What's up, YouTube family? This is Jeff with a little bit of everything home services. And today, family, I just want to come and say to everyone, thank you for taking the time out to watch the videos. I'm now able to go live because now I have 1,000 views. So I mean 1,000 subscribers. So that gives me the ability to be able to go live. So that's pretty exciting. So I'm gonna hop on it today and get started with this video. Today I'm gonna be talking about capacitors. So this is my first live, family. So be nice to me, but during the live, feel free to ask me questions or anything. It's a very simple video. A lot of the content on this video already, people will know about it. Those are in the HVAC field. They already know how to check capacity. But some of us that are starting in the HVAC field or know nothing about HVAC won't really know what a capacity is, or well, they'll know what a capacity is, but don't really know how to check it. So let's get started on that. I'm trying to wait and see. This is my first live. Trying to wait and see if we get some people in here on this first one before I get too far along. But I can always backtrack. Giving people the opportunity to come on. I didn't schedule anything when I decided to go live, family. I just said, hey, let's do it. So let's do it. And I'm going to be talking about, like I said, capacitors. So this is a capacitor right here. This particular capacitor is a, what do you call, a 45 capacitor. 40, and that's 40. The 40, let me let you see here where my camera is right there. Can you look at it? Where it says 40 and 5 microfarads. So that 40 and 5, the 40 is for the compressor, the 5 is for the condensing fan outside. So how you look at it, let's pop this one open. This is a brand new one. And this is what it looks like, family. So checking this, you will need a meter to be able to check capacity on your air conditioning unit. So your air conditioning unit, it's have the ability to make your compressor run and your outdoor fan. So sometimes if your unit stopped working, like last night I had to go to a call where my air conditioning unit, not my air conditioning, but the client's air conditioning unit wasn't working, the fan wasn't working. Immediately when they called me and he said, "Hey man, my fan's not working," I was thinking to myself, "Your capacitor is probably bad." So I explained to him on the phone, what was going on. He explained to me what it was doing. He was like, I changed this motor 5 years ago, so um, and the capacitor was changed at the same time. I'm like, well, trust me, that it's probably time to change it again. But I said I'll come by there and check it out. So I went by their family, and sure enough, I got there and the unit wasn't running. And I checked the capacitor. Now, when you are checking the capacitor, there are a few things you want to make sure you do. You want to make sure you remove the leads that plug into the capacitor. Now, I advise to take a picture of your current capacitor, the wires that are running to it, so you'll remember where they go, so you don't have to go tracing wires back because you pulled them all off and had no clue where you pulled them from. So take a picture of the wires that's going into the capacitor, and then check. You have to release the what's left, that storage of energy that's still left in there. Just touch it with a screwdriver going across the top of the leads there to release that. All right, so what you will need, family, to be able to check the capacitor is you will need a multimeter. There are tons of multimeters out there, family. So I won't get into the best multimeter and all that. I'm just pulling out the one of the ones that I have. I have several different meters. This one is a UIE meter. Now, one thing that's funny, going into checking this capacity of this capacitor, checking them, it's called microfarads. So checking the microfarads on it is, I remember going to HVAC school, and they actually never sat back and taught you how to check a capacitor. I don't know, the 2 year program I went through, and somehow along the way they just never went over that part. They talked about capacitors briefly, but never went over how to check them. So one of the first things you want to do to be able to check your capacitor, like I said, if you have a used capacitor, I mean, you're checking the one that's on the unit, you have to again disconnect the terminals that are on top of on top. Now your meters are different, but you want to set it on. You see that right there where it says MFD. Let's see if you can get a good look. Right there where it says MFD. That's microfarad. So you want to turn your meter to that, and then you will see the reading here. All right. So in checking it, what you want to do now that you have it set on microfarad, you want to look here, and you have on your actual capacitor, you have one section right here. If you look closely at the top of each one, there's see that C there. There's a C there. That's for common. And up here at the top, right up there, you'll see that says Herm. That's for your compressor. And right there on the other side, right here where my finger is, it says fan. So the fan is for your outdoor fan on your condensing unit. The Herm is for your compressor, and then the common sends the power to the capacitor. All right, so I'm going to show you here. You're going to put one lead on common. So you put one lead on common on the top right there, and you hold it there. And let's see if I can angle this down so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. All right. So you got one lead on common, and then you put the other lead for the outdoor fan on fan, just like that. And look here, you're reading 4.8 is your microfarads for the capacitor. So this capacitor is a 5 for the fan, because if you look here, it says 40 and 5. So 5 is for, so that means the capacitor, that particular capacitor is good. You know, and there's a calculation that if you see that 40 plus 5, and that's over here, you see it. It says, let me get a good look here so you can see, plus or minus. Let's see, right at the end right there, plus or minus 5. So what that means is, as long as that is within plus or minus 5%, your capacitor is good. You know, so and what you would do is you would calculate that. You would take that 5. You would pull up your calculator, and you would do fan. It should be reading 5, so you go do 5, and then you'll do times 5% equals 0.25. So with that 0.25, you will subtract that from that 5, and it'll tell you if your capacitor is good. And this is a brand new one. And I've rarely opened up a brand new capacitor and it says 5 and it's reading exactly 5. It'll be reading like 4.8, 4.9. It's rare that you get them there right on 5. But this capacitor is actually good. So that's how. And then as far as checking the compressor, to make sure if your compressor is not coming on, then this particular microfarad for this capacitor is 40. So if you're not getting that 40, that compressor is not going to run. Now this one's reading, again, you put this one on common, on this common lead, put it down here, common and Herm. And now I am reading 38.9. Now, that's good. So if it wasn't good, one of the things you'll see in the field is you'll see your capacitor. Sometimes it'll be bulging at the bottom or bulging at the top. But the one I looked at last night, sometimes reading nothing. And if it's reading nothing, then that capacitor is no good. Now, all right. So let's go into, that's just the capacitor. And if you have any questions, feel free just to, like I said, family, just to throw your questions up there, and I'll be more than happy to answer for you. Now, this right here is, if you're in the field, family, if you're in the HVAC field, and I do more than just HVAC, family. I do HVAC, plumbing, electrical, you name it, regular. I do it all, So this right here, great. You need to have one of these on your truck, on your van, because this will keep you out of a tight jam. In the middle of the night, you go to a call and you find that your capacitor is not, somebody has a bad capacitor, and I have a whole basket full of, not a basket, but a whole bag full of different capacitors, family. So I have mostly what I need, but every now and then I get there and I find a capacitor that I don't have the correct size for. Well, guess what? With the Turbo 200, you can make it the size that you need it to be. And they have this for both the dual capacitor and they have it for the run capacitor for the indoor fan. For the indoor fan, it's a much smaller one. And I believe I have one in here. It might be in my truck, but anyway, how you will know the difference between the two, family, is you have a dual capacitor and a run capacitor. A run capacitor is much smaller. And let's see, I just changed the run capacitor the other day. Yep. So this is a run capacitor. So the dual capacitor is going to have 3. A run capacitor is only going to have 2 leads to hook up to the indoor fan, where the dual capacitor for the outdoor fan will have 3. All right, so let's move on to the rescue, the Turbo 200, family. So this has gotten me out of more than one jam. So if you look at the Turbo, it's very impressive. Let's open it up here. This is the Turbo, family. So your Turbo 200. Now, if you look here at the top, look at that. All those different leads are on there. The one that's dead in the center, that is for your common. That's where you hook your common wires up to get power from the unit and send power. Right there in the middle. So all these other ones around here add up to be whatever you need it to be. That's what makes the Turbo such a great capacitor. Now, having this on you would keep you out of a jam. I don't normally leave these on someone's unit. I put them on there to run until I can get the correct size. So looking at here at the Turbo, family, you got, if you look here, all the different sizes here. You have 25 microfarads. You have 20 microfarads. You have 10. You have 5. What is that? 2.5. I'm reading it backwards. So you have, let's see here, 2.5. You got 5. All right. So say you go up on a unit, family, and you need to be able to make, say it's a 25. How do you make it work? It comes with the leads right here. See these leads? It comes with these leads. So what you would do is you would take one of these, you'll put it on, if it was a 25 microfarad, you're just going to put it right here on this 25. And you will hook this up to your condensing fan. Not hook this up, but you will hook the fan. Normally it's the brown wire for the fan. You will hook it up to it, and that will send 25 microfarads to the condensing unit. Now you will hook the other one. If you need to make it stronger than that, say you need to make it a 35, or let's make it even higher. Yeah, 35. So you will hook only with 25. You will hook one terminal up to 25, just like this, one of these, and then you will hook the other one up to the 10, and there's a 10 red right here. See that? And you add the 2 up. You add the 2 up, the 25 plus the 10, and when you add those 2 up, you get 35 microfarads. So then you would hook up one of your other leads to the other side of either one, because now you've made that. Actually, no, I'm sorry. You would just hook the fan up to it, to either one, and now you've made this. You created the microfarads that you need. It's a very simple process, and then you will connect your common from the unit right up here to the top. All right, so that's how you read the a capacitor family, and I'm going to be doing a whole lot of different live videos. This was the first one. I figured I would do something that was quick and simple for the most part, even though I've been on here for about 15 minutes. I wanted to do a test live. So this is my first test live, just to see how it's done, and the next time I try, I'm gonna try to post it in advance so I can let everybody know what the topic is, and I'll actually do a video to be able to go back if you want to be able to see, this later on. But anyway, family, I'm not gonna take up too much time of your day. For my subscriber that's out there watching, I appreciate your time, taking the time out of your busy schedule to be able to come on to the live and check out what I got going on. So I'm gonna move on, family. While I have a little downtime, I'm gonna make a few videos. If there's some information that you would like to know about, let me know, family. Send me a message. Go to the channel, shoot me a message, let me know, and I'll do so. I'll make some videos to help you along. It's all about helping one another. That's what it's about. So I'm not gonna keep rambling on, family. I'm gonna put these capacitors back up and move on. I might do another live later on if I have time, on something on a review. If I get a chance, I might even do a live on some cooking. It doesn't matter. But anyway, family, I want to thank you again. Talk to you soon. Have a blessed day.